morning, YouTube. Today I'd like to follow up with a couple of things that have happened over the last couple of days that go hand in hand with a couple of my more recent videos. One of them was my latest video on the warm water changes and not using the water in your hot water tank. Prime example. And it couldn't have been perfect timing, but it is very unfortunate to the individual that had to witness this the hard way. And what I mean by that is Sunday I was over at a good friend of mine's, and we were watching the ass whooping that took place. As those that saw my last video know exactly what we're talking about here. Anyway, Steve was telling me that his wife's sister has constantly been ill. Doctors are stupefied. I mean, I think general practitioners are dumb anyway. If any of you are general practitioners, I apologize, but I swear I've never had anything positive happen from a general practitioner. Different story, different day, different topic. Anyway, let's try and make this quick. Illnesses. Didn't know what was wrong. Can't pinpoint the problem. Constant muscle issues, digestive issues, bladder issues, stomach issues, blood issues. I mean, we're talking everything. They didn't have a clue what the issue was. No problem. With that said, her husband brews his own beer, makes his own whiskey and stuff, and he uses distilled water. What brought this up and caused them to investigate something, which then put a light bulb poop on the top of their head, and falls directly in line with what I told you guys in my last video. Ran out of distilled water, used tap water. Tap water. Soon as he put it into his mix, it turned green, it bubbled up, it foamed, it got nasty. And he immediately said, "Oh my God, what the hell is happening?" So they're on a well. So they're not sure if it's the well or if it's the plumbing from the well to the house or the house. But he took a coffee filter, ran it under the sink. Granted, this is in the cold side, but my comparison here is basically based on the metals that they found in that coffee filter. Full of copper, full of metal deposits. You can't see when you're drinking it in a cup, but you can see it when you put it in a white filter. So she is recently married to this gentleman, so he hasn't started developing these issues. She's been in the home for about 10 years now. Just over the last year or so, excuse me, she's been getting these issues. Basically, her body is shutting down, guys. Her immune system is done. It's not fighting off the little ifs, ands, or buts that are hitting her because her body is so absorbed with all these metals she's been ingesting for so many years. Case in point, same thing goes for your fish. You keep doing warm water changes, keep feeding them with the metals into their system, their immune system's going to whack, they're not going to survive diseases, they're not going to be healthy, they're not going to be happy, blah, blah, blah. Perfect example. I'm glad it happened, and I'm sorry for her that it happened, but at least they know where to go and to get her righted, and you guys now know where to go to get yourselves righted. Okay, so that is on that topic. Another topic that I used a couple videos back was on quarantine. I'm going to take you out into the garage and I'm going to show you one of the fish that I got in that order from Wraps, a wild-caught Centrachus. And one of the reasons why quarantining is important. Fish came to me and I was informed that it looked like it had gotten beat up. The side was a little roughed up on both sides, a little on the tail, but wild-caught fish, if you ever purchased them, they're going to look bad. They're going to have a little sunken stomach because they don't eat as often and as healthy as ours do. They're going to have ratted fins because they're out there in the wild trying to fend for themselves and survive, basically. They're not going to look beautiful. With that said, they're going to have some bumps and bruises. This one came to me and I looked closely to the wounds. That just didn't look right. That was, I want to say it's been about 2 weeks, maybe a little longer than 2 weeks, but about 2 weeks, and I'm still looking at this guy and he's still got this spots. So I looked a little closer yesterday before I turned the lights off. And I'd almost guarantee that the fish has colmenaris of some form or not. The little white spots all over the body on the side where the injuries were look like little white fuzzy pimples. They're on both sides of the body, front and back. He also has on the bottom of his chin, right about here, a little red, looks like a pimple. Last night I also noticed it looked like a little worm dangling out of it. So the reason I'm saying this is because if I had stuck him in my main tank, guess what, guys? I just transferred whatever the hell this kid has. It's now in my main tank. Case in point, quarantine your fish. All right, I can't emphasize that anymore. Quarantine your fish. Do not use hot water out of your hot water tank. Plain and simple. All right, let's go take a look at it. So here we are at the quarantine tank. More than likely I'm going to have to take that piece of wood out, because we're probably not going to get a good enough shot at him. I did this video yesterday, right after my little intro there, presentation, face, camera time, whatever you want to call it. And either apparently I forgot how to turn on the damn camera, or my fat fingers somehow touched the pause button. But we missed everything. There was a lot of cool shiznit happening yesterday that we completely missed, and one of them, and we'll look at this guy in a minute and look at his whatever issue he may have, was over here in this tank. Those two Millinaris there spawned. Their eggs weren't very viable. Most of them were pretty white, and they were in their tunnel. And the two of them were trying to get out of that little, not tunnel, but cave. We're trying to get out of that cave. If you look back through all the bushes, you'll see a, well, let's see if we can see it in there. Probably a little brown, yellow, black, polka dotted thing. Yeah, that's my vampire pleco I've showed you guys in this tank many a times. He was inside that tunnel, and the two of them were fighting with it, and it was fighting with them, and it would not leave. It'd jump out of there, it would hit them, it would jump back in. They would grab it by the tail, try to drag it out. It was an awesome sight. It definitely was. Quite entertaining. But since I obviously don't know how to operate my freaking camera this time, yesterday, brain cramp, whatever you want to call it, we didn't get any of it. So let's pull this out. My pleco doesn't want to get off. Sure it does. Set this up here. So anyway, you zoom in, you look at his head. There's a couple of spots on his head, one right above his eye, along the side of his body, on his tail. And if we zoom in right there on his chin, oh, where you at, big guy? There it is. You can see that kind of pimple looking thing. So, Mr. Conway, if you can, and when I say Conway, for those of you, that's Conway Stevens. He's part of Team Aquatic Support, and he is a master at medicine and disease identification and so on and so forth. He's one of the many members of Team Aquatic Support that can give you guys all kinds of good insight and great videos. Mike Mann, Mr. Mann is another one. Forrest Cichlid Man is another. Jeff Heiser, J-Dub Heiser, and then Brian Dahlberg. I'm just going to call him Dolly from now on. His name is Dolly on YouTube. Anyway, check them all out. They're They're all on my favorites and so forth. But anyway, the reason we're here is that, guys. So this is the exact reason why we don't want to put our fish in our main tanks prior to quarantining. So now the rest of these guys in here, yeah, I'm just gonna have to quarantine them and hope for the best along with him. So there's not much we can do about that. And if you notice, the heater in the background is there, but I don't have that heater plugged in, just for the fact that if it is Colmenares of some sort, Colmenares, temperature in this tank is 72.5. Colmenares, from what I understand about it, thrives in temperatures above 75. The higher the better. So we don't want that. So we have the heater off. So anyway, also in the last video, we'll get a quick run over. I thought my Umbee did not have any viable fry. They actually did. They just weren't very good at it. So we'll come over here and take a look at the new happy parents, mom and dad. There's all the little buggers. There's about 30 of them down there. Mom's being an awesome little mom, just kind of hovering over top of them. This is just their second spawn. They did a wonderful job. There's Dad. Dad's starting to look pretty nice, I have to admit. Starting to look like a pretty awesome real mag. So anyway, oh, well, you want to come say hi? What's up? Oh, sorry, wrong voice. What's up? What are you doing next to my tank? Honey, this guy's right next to the tank. You gonna do something about it, or you gonna keep acting like a wussy in the corner? Get your ass over here. Damn him. I'll take care of you myself. You better back off, brother. Don't make me come get you. I'm serious. Alright, dear, I'm coming. Damn it. What do you want? Get away from my tank. I told you! I wanted you here center! Damn, woman. Chill out or I'll leave and go back where I came from. You want a little of this? I'm giving you the stink eye, big man, so you better stop. Better back that camera up. Don't make me come back. Sorry guys, I was a little bored there. Anyway. So you guys all hopefully by now understand how important it is. Quarantine and cold water changes unless you put them in a separate tub and warm your water up. Nothing from the hot water tanks. Alright, we'll leave checking these two out. Have a great day, guys.